the gallop! Follow!
Fort Laramie. Fort Laramie, starring Raymond Burr as Captain Lee Quince. Specially transcribed tales of the dark and tragic ground of the wild frontier. The saga of fighting men who rode the rim of empire. And the dramatic story of Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry.
Oh, it's from Jim Lack at the Oglala Agency, Captain.
Asking us to stay away? That's what he usually wants.
Well, this time he's asking for help. Claims he's about to have an uprising on his hands.
Well, the way he parcels out the food, the Sioux haven't got the strength for an uprising.
Oh, here. You read it.
All the troops you can spare, huh? Black must be scared stiff.
But he doesn't mention what the trouble's about, or if it's started, just that he fears that it will. Oh, you better take a patrol down, Captain.
That all the troops you can spare, Major?
It is until I know better what the problem is.
Yes, sir.
How long since you saw Lack?
Well, last month, when we went up to butcher the beef on the agency, he was hovering around like a mother hen, making sure no Indian got a fair share.
You saw they did, of course.
Yeah, that's when he ordered us off the agency. I got no way of knowing if the Indians got to keep their meat or not, but they had it when we left.
He's a hard man to understand. When he first came out here from the east, remember, we both thought he had a good feeling about his job. He talked a lot about Indians being human, treating them fair.
You saying he's changed, Major?
Well, hasn't he?
I don't think so. He still talks the same way, pretty much. It goes back to what he calls being human.
He hasn't had much regard for us as human beings.
Or his wife. Never seen her?
I met her when they moved out here. Tall woman, thin, never says much.
Never says anything anymore when he's around. I don't think he feeds her any better than he does the Sioux.
Well, they're sure high on him in Washington.
Yeah, sure, the budget boys. Old Lack's keeping them in the black just fine. Of course, they might feel different about him if there is a Sioux uprising.
How soon can you leave, Captain?
An hour?
Good. As soon as you get an estimate of the situation, telegraph me. I don't know what you'll find.
Well, there's something wrong, Major. Up to now, he looked on the Army as just so much interference. Now he's asking for us. I'd say Lack's in real trouble.
Looks like we got a delegation ahead, sir.
At least they're waiting for us, not charging out to meet us. It looks like Red Deer.
Yes, sir.
He's right at the reservation line. Might be that's as far as he wants us to go.
Red Deer's not a hostile.
Never has been. Patrol! Halt! Greetings, Red Deer.
Greetings, Captain. You do not come our way in long time.
I was here last month. You were off hunting.
Hunting no good. Red deer no longer find good hunting grounds. Too much white man.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Many moons ago, you tell red deer white man leave reservation to Indian.
That's right.
Indian to have fine hunting ground, good lodges, plenty food. Now lodges no shelter for squaw and papoose. Old, many holes in walls, bring wind and snow against us. No good food. Now no hunting ground.
You powwow with Mr. Lack?
No good. Red Deer go make talk. Lack he not listen. If Red Deer talk, Lack he take food away. Make less. Not good.
That why you rode out from the agency to meet me, Red Deer?
Lack no like army to come. When army come, bad for Indians.
We've never bothered you, Red Deer.
Not you. But when army come, Lack get mad. When Lack mad, bad for Indians.
Is there new trouble on the agency?
No trouble.
You sure?
No trouble.
Good. Now, suppose you ride back to the agency with us.
You give hunting grounds back.
All right, what's happened to them?
White men take all over, dig in rocks, make big holes. Game all run. No good hunting.
Miners?
Dig in rock, make big hole.
Sometimes.
Not good for hunting ground.
No, not good. All right, Red Deer, ride back with us. We'll make powwow with Mr. Lack.
No trouble?
No trouble.
Then come.
You heard me. Now go on, get on back to your lodges. Move now, or I'll cut your rations.
I told Red Deer we'd powwow, Mr. Lack.
Now, you'd no right to do that.
I had the right, and we will powwow.
Well, I want to talk to you first, alone.
All right? Red Deer, go to your lodge and see your braves go to theirs.
No powwow.
Later. You have my word.
No cut ration.
No.
Then Red Deer go.
If you had to deal with them every day, you'd sing a different tune, Captain Quince.
I'd have to live with them every day to know that.
You can powwow yourself half crazy and get nowhere.
I came at your request.
I asked for troops, not a patrol.
If you need troops, you'll get them.
Well, come on inside. You never know who's listening around here.
Mm-hmm.
Better have your men stand guard.
Over what?
Over us.
They'll see we're free to talk, Mr. Lack.
All right. Go on in.
Oh, morning, Ms. Lack.
Captain Quince?
Go on, get on back to your kitchen, Claire. Captain and I have a lot to settle in a hurry.
Yes, James. Oh, you'll tell him about...
I'll tell him everything, Claire. Now, go on. Now, you can sit if you want to.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, first things first. You'll telegraph Major Daggett immediately for reinforcements. I'd say we'll need at least 150 men, full supply of arms and ammunition, and, of course, whatever food the Army will require. I can't be expected to feed the Army on agency food. I think the search should begin right away, and after then
You
we'll...
want to slow down a little?
You wait till you've been through it as long as I have, Captain.
Before we move the Army from the entire Department of the Platte over here, maybe you ought to tell us about this uprising.
Mark my words, there'll be one. We don't nip it in the bud. You want a drink?
No, thanks.
Well, they've been growing sullen, without cause, mind you, for the last few days. I've cut their rations each time there's been a disturbance.
Disturbance? What kind?
Oh, delegations, committees, I guess they are. Why? Every time I look up, 2 or 3 chiefs are waiting on my front stoop with some new grievance.
Well, these grievances. They're what you're calling a disturbance?
That's what they are.
I was thinking more like a demonstration of some kind.
I think that's next on their list.
Why?
Because of the guns. Now that they're armed, I say we can expect shooting trouble any day.
You know they got guns?
Of course I know it. That's why I called for the Army. I want you to disarm them first, and after
Where'd they
that...
get the guns?
Oh, Captain, you're the most obstinate man I've ever encountered. I'm head of this agency. It should be enough for you that I say they have guns.
But it isn't enough.
Yes, I can see that.
When this agency was established, it was agreed that the Braves could keep their guns if they were hunters.
That was before my time, Captain. I'd never have agreed to that.
No, but the Army agreed to it, Mr. Lack.
All right. Then you may as well know I changed all that. Shortly after I came here, I was quick to see that no good could come of savages under my control having guns.
You took them away.
For disciplinary reasons, yes.
What happened to their hunting?
Well, what hunting they're willing to do, there's lazy as sin, you know. I figured they could do with bows and arrows.
Well, look, the Sioux are traditional hunters. They're not lazy about it if they got hunting grounds.
They've got hunting grounds by treaty.
Red Deer says the miners scare the game off.
Well, I can't keep miners out of here. That's not my job.
It's the Army's job. We'll run them out.
I'm not interested in miners. I'm interested in the Indians having guns.
So am I.
Now, ever since I took them away, I've kept their guns in one of the supply stores under lock and key. You can be sure of that. Well, yesterday, the lock was broken and the guns were gone.
They took their own guns back.
That was yesterday morning. I found them gone. That's when I telegraphed the major. Well, last evening, I found some of my own rifles gone. Now, I say they're spoiling for something, Captain.
Might be you're right, Mr.
I know I'm right. And I don't mind telling you, it frightens me.
It should.
I've always been able to handle agency affairs by myself. I've done a good job of it, too, if I do say so. But when savages start arming against me, I don't mind admitting I need help.
I'll start a search going for the guns right away, Mr. Lack.
Well, good.
But you better get some ideas about helping yourself, too.
Well, in what way?
In the way you look on humanity, Mr. Lack. Agency Indians got the right to enough food, proper living quarters, and hunting grounds.
I abide by the letter, Captain.
We'll start our search. See what we come up with.
Naturally, I'll want to help you any way I can.
That'd be by staying right here, Mr. Lack. Let us do the searching. Our way.
Mr. Lack said that store building there next to the laundry was where the guns was kept, Captain.
Did you speak to Red Deer, Sergeant?
Well, he said he'd meet us here.
Good.
Captain, I don't know quite how to say this, but I don't just warm to searching engines for guns that are rightly theirs.
Well, not all of them are rightly theirs. Some of them belong to Mr. Lack. This is the building?
Yes, sir.
What you doing
Here,
here, Red?
white captain, he will say, no bother, white squaw.
Something wrong, Mrs. Lack?
Red Deer just startled me, Captain Quince. I didn't hear him come in, and then suddenly there he was.
We asked him to meet us here, ma'am.
Yes, so he said.
Red Deer, no bother, white squaw.
No, of course he didn't. I'm just edgy, Captain. We all are, and, well, I've just never got used to their moccasins. You can't hear 'em, you know. You just can't hear 'em at all.
If you've got business here, ma'am, we won't bother you.
Not at all. I was just looking for some soap. I thought we'd stored the surplus here. Guess we've used it all. Mr. Lack keeps a very close check on supplies, you know.
I'll bet he does.
Yes. Well, I'll go now.
Oh, ma'am.
Yes, Captain.
I was wondering, is this supply store kept open as a rule? Anybody can come and go?
Oh, deed not, no. No, Mr. Lack keeps it bolted at all times. He and I have the only keys.
Then you unlocked it just now, before we came.
Yes. That's how Red Deer got in without my hearing him.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I'll see it's locked immediate. You're finished, Captain.
Yes, ma'am. This cabinet, Red Deer. This where Lack kept your guns?
Not no.
Lock's been spliced clean, Sergeant.
Real clean, Captain. A hatchet, maybe.
Pretty good-sized cabinet. How many guns did it hold, Red Deer?
Not no. Red Deer not know about guns.
They were your own guns once. Maybe you figured you had the right to them.
Many rights once belonged to Red Deer and people. No more.
You hate Lack, don't you, Red Deer?
Red Deer come. Make powwow with Captain. Captain say talk about hunting grounds. Not guns, not hate,
But you do hate him.
not like. Like give Indian bad lodge. Not much good. Now, no good hunting. Hate, yes. Hate,
Enough to want to kill him?
maybe kill. Red Deer not need gun to kill Lack.
No, you wouldn't, would you? Well, if you didn't take the guns yourself, Red Deer, you know who took them?
Many questions from Captain. No powwow.
We don't want to search your lodges, but we will if we have to. You understand? We'll go through every stick of building on this agency to find those guns. Unless your people give them up of their own will.
Red Deer not know about gun.
Red Deer, listen to me. We're going to try to do our best for you about the food and your lodges. And we'll drive the miners off your hunting grounds. But you've got to help us, too. Now, you go to your people. Tell them to give up these guns, or we'll come looking for them.
How much time?
Till tomorrow morning.
White soldiers camp on agency tonight.
Yes, we'll have to.
Red Deer go to people. Make talk. If find guns, bring to Captain.
Stack them in front of your lodges.
If do this, Captain not take papoose from Indian.
Oh, where'd you get an idea like that?
Red Deer go to people.
Now, who's going to take their kids from them?
Nobody. But I'll sure find out who threatened it.
That kind of question doesn't deserve an answer, Captain.
Well, I'm still asking it.
Take their papooses away? Why? What in tarnation would I do with their mangy kids?
The point is, they got the idea you mean to take them.
Well, not from me, they didn't.
I'd steal guns, too, if I got that kind of threat.
What kind of man do you think I am?
I've had a look around today, Lack. I've seen what they live in, seen what they eat. I know what kind of man you are.
I do my job. I keep Indians in their place. I run an agency with a strong hand because that's the only thing they can understand. But I've never told them I intended to take their children. Now, you can believe that or not.
Got all the food stuff locked up tight now, have you?
All of it. You can go around exchanging honor pledges with them if you want to, Captain, give them your word on this and that. But I keep their food for them. And that's something they understand.
You're wrong, Lack. No man understands starvation.
I'll say good night to you, Captain.
And sleep well, Mr. Lack.
Yeah.
Captain,
Mr. Syberts?
we kept our eye on the lodges until sundown, sir. No sign of the guns.
They have until morning.
I hope they give them up voluntarily.
So do I.
Well, if you don't need me anymore, I guess I'll turn in, sir.
Get a good night's sleep, Mr. Syberts. Tomorrow stands a chance of being quite a day around here.
I know. Night, sir.
Night, Mr. Syberts.
Over here, Captain.
Miss Lack?
I hope the pebble didn't startle you. I wanted to get your attention.
You got it, ma'am.
I think we can talk better in the supply store. If Mr. Lack knew I'd come to you, he'd... Please, Captain. We don't dare light the lamp.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
I'm so much to blame, Captain. I want you to know I know that now, but at first I thought it was only right. After so much wrong, Captain, I thought... And Mr. Lack's not easy to talk to. He's never easy.
Whatever you did, Mrs. Lack, I can believe you thought it was right.
That's kind. That's kind. I'm not good with talk. I think a lot, but I never say. I never dare say. Mr. Lack isn't one to listen. I guess I didn't make the Indians understand me very well.
What did you tell them?
About the school. Just the women, of course, the squaws. They're all I see, really, in the laundry mostly. Mr. Lack never comes there, and sometimes we talk.
About the school?
I thought if they couldn't see any hope for themselves here, that it would mean something to think their children would have a better chance. I told them maybe we could start a school.
And they took it you meant to take their kids from them, huh?
I guess I just didn't say it very well.
It was after that they took the guns?
Yes. It's a terrible thing I've done, Captain.
Some terrible things have been done here, ma'am. But what you tried to do was a fine thing.
Children, they're a mother's full hope. A woman will bear anything, knowing her young will have it better and easier. And I don't know what's possessed me speaking so free.
Nothing wrong with speaking free.
I'm a childless woman, Captain. I've not the right. I'd best get back to my quarters now. I wanted you to know. Will it help? Your knowing?
I think it will, Mrs. Lack. I'm much obliged. I don't see the guns, Red Deer.
No guns, Captain.
You've had time to talk to your people.
No gun.
I asked for your help, Red Deer. Is this your answer?
Can do nothing.
Mr. Syberts,
Yes, sir?
you will direct the search of all lodges, all buildings housing Indians.
Yes, sir.
I'm starting the search with your lodge, Red Deer. Would you lead me to it?
Squaw in lodge.
I won't bother her.
Corporal Mercer, take 3 men, start at the far end. Harrison, you and the others come with me.
Captain?
You find something, Sergeant?
No, sir. Fact of the matter is, we lost something.
Oh, what's that?
Miller and Kincaid, Captain. They was too sheepish to speak out till now. During the night, their rifles was took.
Red Deer?
You look, Captain. You know fine.
What's this?
Belong to squaw.
Soap.
For papoose. Learn from white squaw.
Mrs. Lack?
White squaw keep all things very clean. My squaw, she learn from her.
Your papoose could learn from her, too, if you'd let her start a school.
No take papoose from lodge.
You want him to grow up scared, hating, the way you do? Use your head, Red Deer. A school in this agency might make a lot of things better.
Not take papoose from lodge.
We'll have a lot of talking to do later. Big powwow. Red men, white men, settle many things.
You take soap?
Oh, no. Here. But your squaw took it, didn't she? From the supply store by the laundry.
Not no.
Yeah, maybe she took the guns, too.
You find no guns, Captain.
Well, we'll see about that. They're not lying around here anyway. Come on.
All people taken from lodges. Why?
We're gonna find those guns, Red Deer.
Red Deer, some sort of privileged character, is he, Captain?
He'll stand search in due time, Mr. Lack.
You'll conduct the search yourself, Captain?
Of course.
I'll walk right along with you.
All right, you walk along with me. But save your talking for the Indian Commission. Major Daggett will be sending one over as soon as he gets my report.
Captain, you'd have my job?
You bet I would, Mr. Lack. You'll walk with us, Red Deer.
Yes. This running bird.
Uh-huh.
This many rivers. This squaw of Lockwing.
Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, walk toward us along that line. Take a good look.
Yes, sir.
Well, what is it, Captain?
You didn't see Mr. Lack?
I saw nothing.
Well, Captain, it took quite a little doing on their part.
Yeah, a lot of doing, Sergeant. Go on, Mr. Lack. Look again. Look close this time. The beads the squaws are wearing, they're shells, cartridges. The old men are leaning on canes, only they're gun barrels. The kids got arrowheads hanging from their belts, and right along with them, gun locks, hammers.
You mean they took the guns apart? They're wearing them?
Yep. And if you're smart, Lack, you'll ask to get relieved from your job before they put them back together.
Fort Laramie is produced and directed by Norman Macdonnell and stars Raymond Burr as Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry, with Vic Perrin as Sergeant Gorse. The script was specially written for Fort Laramie by Kathleen Height, with sound patterns by Bill James and Tom Henley, musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Featured in the cast were Joseph Kearns, John Daner, and Vivi Janis. Jack Moyles is Major Daggett, and Harry Bartell is Lieutenant Seiberts.
Company, tension! Dismiss.
Next week, another transcribed story of the Northwest frontier and the troopers who fought under Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry. The songs, the comedy, the exciting guest stars, and the problems that come up wherever the Kingfish happens to be may keep Amos and Andy spinning, but they'll keep you smiling each Monday through Friday evening as you listen to the Amos and Andy Music Hall. For good company and for a barrel of fun, too, make the Amos and Andy Music Hall a nightly stopping-off place. You'll find it on the air 5 nights a week on most of these same stations.
left! Whoa!
Fort Laramie. Fort Laramie, starring Raymond Burr as Captain Lee Quince. Specially transcribed tales of the dark and tragic ground of the wild frontier. The saga of fighting men who rode the rim of empire. And the dramatic story of Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry.
There's a good campsite ahead, Major.
How far are we from Fort Laramie, Captain?
About 25 miles, sir.
That far?
At least.
25 miles and about an hour of daylight. Guess we'll have to make camp.
It's your patrol, Major.
What do you think?
I think we're pushing too hard. We've covered a lot of territory in the last couple of days. The men are tired. Telling on them.
That's your campsite, half a mile ahead?
Yeah, that's it, sir.
One more night of making camp. That doesn't bother you, does it, Captain?
After 6 weeks of it, no, sir. One more night doesn't bother me.
This is what I'm talking about, Lee. Listen to the men a while.
Eating over there? That's Horner and Furnace.
Doesn't matter who they are, just listen to them.
You know what I do? You know? He's gonna be out one more night, Horner.
We was gonna be out one more night. Wouldn't be no concern of mine what you do, 'cause I wouldn't be here.
Oh, you'd be here.
You'd have to find somebody else to jaw to, Furnace. I'd just start walking. First woman I come to, red or white, I'd say, you go fetch a parson, woman. You got yourself a man.
Ain't Bessie gonna be glad to hear that. You're not married a year. You're already talking about another woman.
You know how much I've been with Bessie since we were married? Out 6 weeks this time, 3 months of time before, and before that it was... I don't even know. What good's having a wife you gotta say how to do all over again 3-4 times a year?
I never should have asked you no question. You don't want to hear me. You just want to hear you.
You got something worth my hearing?
I'm getting to know this soup bone awful well. If he was going to be out one more night, I'd carve my initials on it. And if it come floating into my supper tomorrow night, I'd take it to that cook and
That's all you got on your mind, soup bones?
I married Lizzie for cooking. She's a powerful good cook.
When you get back to Fort Laramie, you gonna take one look at Lizzie and say, what's for dinner?
I like a good meal.
Oh, man, like you don't deserve no wife.
Well, Lizzie likes to cook.
God, so I can't remember, can Bessie cook or can't she? But I got no trouble recollecting Bessie herself. Oh, I'm sure gonna admire seeing her again.
Come on, Quince.
Wonder what Lizzie's planning for supper tomorrow night.
You still think we've been pushing them too hard, Captain?
Well, I still think they're tired.
They're more homesick.
That might be.
I know, because I'm homesick, too. 6 weeks is a long time. It's a lot longer if you have someone waiting for you. A lot easier, too. Does that make sense, Lee?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Furnace feels it, and Horner, all the married men on the patrol. They all say it different ways, but what they feel is close to what I feel. Tomorrow night at this time, I'll be home with Mary. What about you, Lee?
I'll be glad to get back, Major.
Why?
I like sleeping in a bed.
I'm serious. It's a lonely country, the West. I don't think I could stand it without Mary. I need her. I guess I'm saying I'm not really complete without her.
Mary's a fine woman.
You don't understand, do you, Lee? Horner, Furnace, or me.
I can't understand what I don't know, Major, but sometimes I can get a feeling for it. I can see how it'd be pretty good to have someone waiting.
Patrol! Attention! Dismiss.
Lizzie! Lizzie, what you got for supper? It's Bessie. Bessie, girl, is that you?
Mary!
What you got
Mary!
for supper?
Captain Quince?
Yes, Gorse?
Oh, you ain't forgetting about tonight.
Oh, what about tonight?
Well, we talked some of a poker game.
Oh, yeah, that's right, we did.
Of course, who we get to play might be a problem. Can't count on any of the married men.
No, we can't.
I don't know how they put up with it, Captain.
What's that, Gorse?
Well, look at 'em. Women hanging on their necks, squealing, giggling, some of 'em crying even. If I come back to that after 6 weeks of campaign, I just might join some Indian tribe.
You'd sooner come home to a squealing, giggling squaw, would you?
I'd sooner come home to nothing, just like I do.
Yeah, that's the difference then.
What do you mean?
Now, look again, those men with the women on their necks. They don't look like they mind a bit.
No, they sure don't.
You dead set on that poker, Gorse?
Well, we could slick up some, go into the village. That cooking at the hotel ain't too bad, and... Well, you ain't keen on any plan for tonight, are you, Captain?
I guess I'm tired.
Sure.
Gorse,
We can play poker anytime, Captain. You know, that's the beauty of being single. We're free to do what we want anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Well, I'll see you, sir.
Sure, Gorse.
Calico's prettier, I think, but nothing will wear like that blue drilling. Not here, it's the wear that counts.
I know, but Tom likes calico.
Oh, my. Excuse me, Mrs. Doolittle.
Oh, of course, Willa.
Hello, Lee.
Miss Willa?
I heard you were expected back today. You look tired.
You look fine.
Do I?
Just fine. Miss Willa,
Yes, Lee?
I guess you're busy.
Well, just a little. Dad's in Cheyenne for a few days, but I'll be closing up in a little while.
You want to take dinner with me?
I'd like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that, too. Well, You sure look fine, Miss Willa.
Do I?
Fine.
About 7, Lee?
Yeah, about 7.
I'll be ready. Oh, Lee, I've got to get back to Mrs. Doolittle.
Sure, you do that. Miss Willa.
Yes, Lee.
It's sure good to be home.
You don't look like the same man who came into the store this afternoon.
I'm bound to weigh less just shaving.
I think maybe beards are for presidents, like Mr. Lincoln and Mr. Grant, not for cavalry captains.
Well, not for this one, anyway.
Now, you might look very dashing with a mustache.
That'd be a plain fraud, Willa, to look it and not be dashing.
Mrs. Doolittle thought you looked dashing with a full beard today.
I should have asked her to dinner, seeing she'd take me as I am.
Everybody takes you as you are, Lee. Or not at all.
That the way it is?
That's the way it is.
This coffee's a sight better than I've been used to.
It's dreadful coffee.
Huh?
If I didn't think it'd scare you to death, I'd offer to make you some real coffee when you see me home.
Coffee never scares me to death.
But we have an unwritten rule about mentioning my homey little talents, like coffee making.
Oh, you don't have to mention them. I hear about them. Mary Daggett's told me all about the light crusts on your berry pies. Liz Meade never fails to point out how you sew a fine seam and keep your father's house the tidiest on the post.
Poor Lee.
Oh, I don't suffer too much.
I'm not sure you suffer enough.
Well, maybe that's it. Pliny's in Cheyenne, you say?
I think he'll be back day after tomorrow.
You tending the store all alone, then?
I haven't minded. It's filled the days. And when I get too busy, I call for Liz Mead or one of the men around. A lot of folks will lend a hand if I need them.
You reckon you could get someone to take over tomorrow?
You mean all day?
To get where the hunting's good will take all day.
Oh, I bet all my hunting equipment is packed.
Packed?
Oh, no. Yes, I haven't gone hunting for a while, so I just sort of stored it away in an old trunk with some old clothes, you know. Not that I can't get it out again without the least trouble.
It doesn't sound like you, Willa. You go hunting, fishing, right regular.
I know, but... Oh, well, none of this matters. Because if you're asking me to go hunting with you tomorrow, I accept. You let me worry about unpacking that old trunk.
You still like hunting?
Of course I do.
Yeah. I thought maybe we'd ride up around Laramie Peak. It's kind of pretty up that way. Yeah, it'd be good for you if you've been stuck in the store a lot lately.
It'll be good. And I'll love it, Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice. If you want to bring any of that coffee you're so handy with, why, it's all right with me.
That you, Captain Quince?
Seems to be Mr. Syberts.
You all right, sir?
I feel fine, Lieutenant.
Well, I don't believe I've ever heard you whistle before.
Was I whistling?
Well, it must have been you. Everyone else is asleep.
Yeah. Maybe we better go into my room, Mr. Syberts. Wouldn't want to wake everyone in old Bedlam.
I'll just stay a moment. You understand, Captain, it's all right with me about the whistling.
Oh, that's good.
I probably wouldn't even have heard you, except it being so warm tonight, I left my door open.
Yeah, I guess it is a warm night.
Now, I didn't see it myself, so naturally I didn't believe it when all the other officers were talking about it at dinner.
Lieutenant, you making any sense?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, first night back after 6 weeks of campaign, a man's entitled to celebrate any way he likes.
Yes, sir, I believe that.
Little too much brandy after dinner, maybe?
What? Me? No, sir, just one.
Well, then, why aren't you making any sense?
No, I was talking about you, Captain.
I didn't even have one brandy.
Captain, the talk is that right after dismiss orders today, you walked off the parade ground straight to the sutler's store.
Well?
After that, you took a long bath and a shave, called for Miss Willa, and took her into the village for dinner at the hotel.
What do we got here? Officers on picket duty?
Do you mind, Captain? Is all this true?
It's true, Mr. Syberts. Also true is I'm pretty tired. Good night.
And it was you whistling just now?
You making out some kind of report?
No, sir. I just want to be sure of the facts, that's all.
They seem to be in order, Mr. Syberts.
I don't believe it. I mean, I can hardly believe it, and I sure didn't believe it when it was told to me at dinner.
You feel pretty bad about this?
No, not bad. I was just sure that they were all wrong. So sure, I bet $5 they were wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
You never did it before, did you? Right from the parade grounds to call on Miss Willa?
I don't know.
It's not like you.
I don't know what that means. Well, I told you it's late. I'm tired, Mr. Syberts.
Well, I can't help asking, Captain. Does all this mean something?
Well, all right. Yes, it does mean one thing.
Yes, sir?
You lost $5. Good night, Mr. Syberts.
Did you see that, Lee?
Yeah, beautiful shot, Willa.
Now, what am I going to do with an antelope?
You could roast it.
And feed all of Fort Laramie. He ought to be right through here.
Pronghorn antelope, Willa. And a beauty. Now, all you gotta do is figure out how to get him back to the post.
It's all been so pleasant today, I just supposed I had a gentleman with me.
You got a hunter. There's a difference.
I know. A fisherman cleans his own fish. A hunter takes care of his own game. When you take up rod and rifle, you're not a man or a woman. You're a fisherman or a hunter.
You shouldn't complain, Willa. You're good at both of them. You want to rest a while?
You won't hold it against me as being too feminine or anything like that.
There's a stream over there. Some nice, soft boulders to stretch out on.
I'd think you'd be tired, Lee, 6 weeks out in the country like this.
I don't get tired of country like this.
Don't get tired of rifles, sidearms?
Oh, that's a difference. Hunting people, hunting game. Well, which boulder looks best to you?
Oh, this one's fine.
You, want some water?
No, thanks.
Hey, look, Willa. Trout in that stream.
Mm-hmm. And the poles are back with the horses. And here's one fisherman who's not going back for them.
Oh, I'm satisfied they're just there, in the stream. Hey, this is quite a spot to just come on to without planning.
It's beautiful.
Food, water, sun, shade. There's caves back into the canyon along the stream. You know, a man could live right here and never want for a thing.
A man could, I guess.
Sure he could. What does he need that isn't here?
I won't say it.
I like it here just fine.
You would, too. Until one day a cavalry troop would ride nearby, or you'd hear someone sound taps from a camp at night. Oh, you'd come running out of your cave, all right.
Maybe.
You know you would. I can't imagine you away from the Army.
Haven't been for a long, long time. Sometimes, like now, I think I wouldn't mind leaving.
To do what?
Live like this. Hunting, fishing, making trails, seeing where they lead. Stopping where I want, starting when I want.
You would, wouldn't you? You'd live like this, and like it just fine. You wouldn't be lonely or need anything, or anybody.
I don't plan that
You
far.
make me sick.
Do I?
Well, yes, sometimes you do. And sometimes you don't. And that makes me sick.
Hey, what's the matter, Willa? I thought we were having a good day.
We were. We are. I'm sorry, Lee. I don't want to spoil anything. Today, especially.
I don't either.
Well, then, help a fellow hunter with her antelope, will you?
Sure, Willa. Sure. It's right here, Gorse, on the left forefoot.
Sure is. She's telling us all about it, ain't she? The shoe's loose.
Yeah, but the real hurt's under the shoe. Something's worked its way under there, pebble maybe. That's why she's pulled up lame.
Uh-huh. Well, between the smithy and the men, they'll get her fixed up fine. Furnace.
Yes, Sergeant?
You see this mare gets to the blacksmith. Left forefoot, shoe's loose.
I'll tell him, Sergeant. Come on.
Mind she gets good care. That's Miss Willa's mare.
I will.
She sure sets it real pretty, too, Captain.
Yeah, she does.
You suppose she'll get rid of her now?
You don't get rid of a mare because she pulls up lame.
Well, I didn't mean that. I meant seeing she won't be here. Pliny's not a hand to ride. Not that he could handle it.
Seeing who won't be here?
Well, Miss Willa.
Now, why won't she be here?
Well, if she moves to San Francisco, she won't be here. You act like I'm telling you something you ain't heard tell of.
You are.
But you've been with her clean since we got back. Yesterday, all day out hunting. Well, don't look at me like that. I'm just telling you what Mrs. Meade told me.
It's all right, Gorse.
The way I understand, that's what Pliny's doing in Cheyenne, getting her set up on the train.
Oh?
You mean you was out there all day yesterday and she didn't mention this to you? Didn't you talk none?
Yeah. I talked about living in a cave.
Oh, Lee, I've been worried.
It's only me, ma'am. I come to tell you I can't find him anywhere.
I wonder where he went. Oh, please come in, Sergeant Gorse.
Thank you kindly, ma'am, but I ain't had my supper yet. Neither's the captain. Leastwise, not at Old Bedlam. I talked to Lieutenant Syberts over there. He says none of the officers have seen him since morning.
You must be the last one to see him, then, at the stables.
No, ma'am. Furnace said he'd come back later and rode off. He didn't say nothing, just rode off. About noon, that was.
Funny. I started to say it's not likely, but it's just like him, isn't it, Sergeant? Riding off alone without a word to anyone.
Oh, it ain't that he can't take care of himself, Miss Willa.
No, it's not that. Well, please go have your supper. Thanks for your trouble.
No trouble, ma'am. And don't you fret now, you hear?
I won't. Good night, Sergeant.
Evening, Gorse.
You in one piece, Captain Quince?
Yeah, I think so.
I've been looking for you most of the afternoon. I missed my supper poking around hunting for you.
Missed mine, too. I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was.
I believe you.
I'm sorry about your supper.
No matter about that. I just missed food. Miss Willa now, she missed you.
You sure you want to talk out here, Lee?
Yeah. What I got to say... well, it'll come easier without these lamps on. You can... You can sit if you like.
Thank you. You, Lee?
No, I'm going to stand.
You know, I tried to tell you myself. Last night when we got back from hunting, I couldn't believe I hadn't told you. But I kept thinking there'd be a time that'd seem more right. And it just didn't come.
I put together some things today, like at dinner the other night, about things being packed away. And yesterday, before we left Laramie Peak, something about you not wanting to spoil things. That part's all right, Willa.
I hope so.
Willa, what's in San Francisco?
For me, a lot of things that aren't here. It's a life I don't know. Chance. A lot of chances I don't have here. Mostly, I guess it's everything that Fort Laramie isn't.
You tired of Fort Laramie?
I'm tired of me at Fort Laramie.
You?
Me.
Well, I want you to know I liked yesterday. I've been giving it a lot of thought today. I liked yesterday. I liked taking dinner with you the night I got back. I liked knowing you'd be here.
I liked all that, too. But Lee...
No, you better let me talk while the words are coming. Today, I was going over it all. It seemed to me that... Well, there are a lot of things we like the same way, and...
Lee, don't. Don't say any more.
Well, it's not coming easy. I'm not saying it well. What I'm trying to say is...
I know what you're trying to say, and I don't want you to say it.
You don't?
Are you asking me to marry you, Lee?
I'm coming real close to
No. Don't come close. Don't say it.
All right.
How long, I wonder, I've wanted you to say it. I think I've prayed you to ask me. Like all those times I prayed you'd come near me, and you didn't. I've waited and wanted so long, Lee.
I'm not pretending to understand.
You said it yesterday. You liked stopping where you want, starting where you want. You like me when and where you want to. And you'll miss me when I go. But you don't love me. The way to a marriage. You know you don't.
You're saying no, Willa.
We're both saying no. Lee, if you hadn't heard I was going away, would you have come here to ask me?
Well, I don't know.
I know. Not tonight, or next week, or next year.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you. I think I'll always miss you.
Yeah. Well, I'll say goodnight now.
Goodbye, Lee.
Bye, Willa.
Fort Laramie is produced and directed by Norman Macdonnell and stars Raymond Burr as Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry, with Vic Perrin as Sergeant Gorse. The script was specially written for Fort Laramie by Kathleen Height, with sound patterns by Bill James and Tom Henley. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Featured in the cast were Virginia Gregg, Parley Bear, Dolores Pinard, and John Daner. Jack Moyles is Major Daggett, and Harry Bartell is Lieutenant Seiberts.
Company, attention! Dismiss.
Next week, another transcribed story of the Northwest frontier and the troopers who fought under Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry. You'd fight for your right to vote. Any American would. But are you prepared to register to vote? In many states, voters must be registered if their political choices are to be counted. Make sure your vote will be counted. Find out where and when you may register to vote in your state. Give democracy a chance to work for you. This has been a public service message from CBS Radio.